Oliver Bearman's dominance of the world's most competitive junior racing series has continued unchallenged, and as we race into the second half of the series, after the summer break, there doesn't seem to be anybody who can challenge the young English driver. It was only in the last few corners of the final laps of race 3 at Imola did Russian Nikita Bearman try to break Bearman's winning streak. He came close, but in the end it was Ollie Bearman again. But let's take it from the top. The hot Italian sun baked the circuit on the banks of the Sant'Anno River as the world-famous Imola Grand Prix circuit hosted the fourth round of the Italian Formula 4 Championship powered by Abarth. The recurring question in the paddock was simply who could stop Bearman, but from the outset of qualifying when he took 3 dominant pole positions, it seemed the answer would be no one. Behind him, the strongest challenges came from Fornaroli, driving car 72 for Iron Lynx, who returned to the form he displayed at Misano, and also Montoya. The Colombian Prema Power Team driver excelled and now marks himself as one of the top few drivers in the series. Another good performance for Francesco Braschi, driving for Jensen Motorsport. He was third quickest in Q2. 3 races scheduled, 1 on Saturday afternoon and 2 on Sunday. In all 3 races, Bearman was perfect, despite some safety car interventions that regrouped the field and a red flag that ended race 3 a lap prematurely. He scored another amazing hat-trick, 3 out of 3 to make it 8 consecutive victories, a record that will surely stand for years to come. Behind the Englishman, the driver who impressed the most was Bearman, who took 3 podiums, second twice and a third placing as well. His best weekend of the season. The Van Amersfoort racing driver still needing to improve somewhat in qualifying, but his race pace was excellent, showing determination and speed, which has now taken him to the top of the Rookie Championship. That's ahead of the Dane Conrad Larsen and the Italian BVM driver Leo Pizzotto. Rounding out the race podium in race 1 was Josh Tufek, also at the wheel of a VAR prepared car. Tufek would then take a 6th place and 5th in races 2 and 3. A strong weekend for Fornaroli, even if race 1 did include a messy clash with Montoya. The Iron Lynx driver leaves Imola with 2nd place in the championship. Kirill Small with possibly the worst weekend of his career. After taking the first victory of the season at Paul Ricard, the Russian Prema Power Team driver simply had one of those weekends, which does happen from time to time in world sport. Involved in multiple accidents and off-track excursions, his best result was P15. A far cry from what is needed to fight for the championship, which is what was expected and predicted at the start of the season. 0 points from Imola, and now on to Austria for Kirill. The race between the 2 girls in the series was again between Maya Berg and Hamda Al-Kubaisi. The Iron Lynx driver had started the weekend well, P6 in practice, until complete brake failure saw her in a bad accident before qualifying. She was back on track to lead home Al-Kubaisi in races 1 and 2, but was penalised for this contact with Valent in race 3. Hamda Al-Kubaisi is therefore now firmly at the top of the women's trophy, despite a somewhat off weekend for the Emirati. A deceptively fast and technical circuit, there were numerous controversial episodes and off-track excursions that made some penalties inevitably necessary. And during the weekend, when the ACI, that's the Automobile Club of Italy, their federal racing school, analysed each of the incidents under the tutelage of Emanuele Pirro and Raffaele Gianmaria. All but one driver in the field have but 2 months to come up with an answer to the question, who can stop Ollie Bearman? We'll find out when we race round 5 at the Red Bull Ring in Austria on September 12. We'll see you then.